We got a taste of a little bit of everything with our weather today. Downtown Portland saw its first snow of the season. Meanwhile, heavy snow continues in the Cascades. Here's a look at roads leaving government camp. A steady line of cars driving slowly down the mountain. Well, thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm John Adams. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri here with us with the details on what we can expect moving forward. Joe.
Hey there, John. I want to be clear about the snowfall we saw in downtown Portland, loosely saying that we saw its first snowfall of the year because it really didn't stick around. It was pretty, and everyone in the newsroom kind of got all excited. I won't name names. Yes, I got excited about it, but it's fun to see. But that's about all we are going to be seeing here, at least for the next couple of days. Here's a live look out in Newport with a temperature of 41 degrees. Winds are light, though we're starting to see the winds pick up a little bit, though, with a 20-mile-per-hour wind gust. But again, we have some kind of not a very organized system. I talked about this last night, and yeah, the proof is in the pudding out there today. We just saw some spotty showers, a lot of sunshine with a little more showers here and there. Also some snow showers at times as well, especially throughout the Coast Range and the Oregon Cascades. That's going to hold true heading into tonight and the overnight hours. So if you're traveling over the higher elevations, basically 1,000 feet and higher, that's where you're going to be running into some snow, and it will be kind of heavy at times throughout the Coast Range and the Oregon Cascades. But here we are tomorrow morning, just before 6 o'clock, overcast skies. Again, 500 feet, you're not going to be seeing anything. In the West Hills, you might kind of look pretty here and there, but you're not going to have any issues traveling around the city tomorrow or into Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday, that's a different story. So here's a look at the future cast showing what's happening tomorrow afternoon. Again, a few snow showers pick up throughout parts of the gorge and of the Oregon Cascades on late tomorrow afternoon and the evening. Tuesday morning starts out mainly dry, but again, the Coast Range, you're going to be under that weather impact alert the next couple of days because of that snow. And then going into basically Wednesday is when snow picks up. So here we are. You can kind of see those snow showers moving in. Wednesday morning and into the afternoon, there's going to be widespread snow showers up and down the I-5 corridor. So again, I'm comfortable saying, going out on a limb, saying there's going to be a chance for some cancellations for schools, if not delays. So I'll talk more about that in your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you. We'll see you later in the show. And we continue to follow a shooting in rural Columbia County that left 2 people dead, including the shooter, and 3 others injured. Sheriff's deputies were called to a section of Ilmari Road around 1:30 Saturday afternoon. It's about 5 miles from Clatskanie. According to police, 2 people were found dead, including the person who started the shooting. 3 others were injured. They were transported to local hospitals, including one by Life Flight, who is still in critical condition as of yesterday. News of the shooting spread quickly in the quiet rural area.
Well, it's pretty shocking. Everybody, first day of February, and we're all, looking into this new month, and all of a sudden we've got news like this. It's like, whoever knows.
The Columbia County Major Crimes Team is investigating. So far, police have not released the names of those involved or what may have prompted this deadly shooting. New tonight, a man's arrest in Salem caught on camera after he allegedly abducted a woman and her young child. Police say the suspect, Javier Munoz, entered their home at gunpoint around 3 Saturday morning. He kept them there for about 12 hours until they left after he threatened her. A caller reported seeing a man and a woman struggle over a child near Northeast Hawthorne and Monroe. Officers confirmed it was Munoz, reportedly with a handgun, after which he ran to Gear Park. Officers combed through the park, finding Munoz and the child under an RV nearby. He was arrested on multiple charges, including first-degree kidnapping, and booked into the Polk County Jail. That child was returned unhurt to their mother. And an update today on a street takeover last night in Salem. Police say it started as a demonstration against national immigration enforcement efforts involving hundreds of people. It started around noon at Lancaster Drive and Market Street. It was relatively peaceful until after 2, when callers reported people throwing objects and hitting cars. By 8:30, the intersection was overtaken by multiple dangerous drivers, prompting police to shut down traffic. Salem police arrested 5 people on reckless driving and disorderly conduct charges, with 1 person also charged with unlawful possession of a firearm. The street closure was lifted at around 11. There were no reported injuries. In Washington County, sheriff's deputies arrested a Mississippi man early Saturday morning following a vehicle and foot chase. It started when deputies tried to pull over his vehicle in northwest Beaverton, and he didn't stop. He surrendered to deputies after running out of his car and getting stuck in a marsh. Now, during the chase, deputies saw a gun in his hand, which was later found by a canine. Deputies say the man, 31-year-old LaMarcus Thomas, had a warrant out for armed robbery in Mississippi. He's now set to face charges of attempting to elude an officer, felon in possession of a firearm, and DUII, among others. Well, it's now been 14 years since Rainier Police Chief Ralph Painter was killed in the line of duty. It took 8 years for the man who killed him, Daniel Butts, to be sentenced to prison. Former KXL journalist Rosemary Reynolds reported on the story throughout the lengthy court process. Reynolds has now released a book on the saga titled Trapped in the System. The book goes into great detail about the case, which turned into a long series of hearings and examinations about the state of Butts' mental health the day of the shooting. Reynolds says experts she interviewed for the book still have mixed feelings about how everything played out.
One of the chapters in the book is called Bright Minds Agree to Disagree, and I just spoke with the most intelligent people, law background, and they all disagree on how the case was handled.
We will have more of our interview with Reynolds and Alan Painter, Chief Painter's brother, coming up tonight at 11. And check out these photos of a serious car crash where a passerby may have saved the driver's life. The Vancouver Fire Department says a 911 caller reported the crash on I-205, saying the car was on fire and the driver was pinned inside. Before first responders arrived, that caller cut the driver's seatbelt and pulled them from the car away from the fire. When firefighters arrived, the car was fully engulfed in flames. The driver was hospitalized with serious injuries. The Flock Food Hall in Southwest Portland had its grand opening today, where people could come in to the space and connect with the community through different cultures and food. Our Celine Stevens was there, and Celine, you said it was a pretty good turnout out there today.
John, they had a great turnout. The space was packed with people as they waited for the ribbon cutting to this new food hub. It has food from different parts of the world, and it can all be found on the first floor of the Ritz-Carlton in downtown Portland.
I feel like it's a bright spark that could take the city out of dark ages that it's suffered through recently.
People poured into the ground floor of the Ritz-Carlton on Sunday afternoon for the grand opening of Flock Food Hall.
We are so lucky we can get in here, and it's a great location, but I'm so happy right now.
Flock features local food spots, an aspect many are happy about given that the hotel, which opened in 2023, sits where local food carts used to be.
I remember when this spot used to be a food truck pod. Really loved it and was sad to see it go.
Co-owner of Flock, Stephen Fang, says he knew about the community's disappointment, and knowing what a huge part of Portland it was, did not want to let that disappear.
It's a great avenue to learn about a different culture, to almost travel through your taste bud to another part of the world. And I think that's part of what Flock is all about.
Now, the foodie community has a new place to turn to, serving up culturally diverse food from around the world.
We specialize in birria. It's something that's been handed down through 3 generations in our family. We just try to stay true to our traditions, to our roots.
They contact me and say, okay, there is a spot for you. We want like Arabian restaurant. So I was super happy.
Customers were also excited and believe it'll help continue to revitalize downtown.
I think it'll do a lot to activate this corner of downtown again, and it's good to see so many people here on this day.
I think it's going to have a really positive impact. Just like feeling the vibe of the community is just so great. There's such good energy. It's so happy to be here.
Again, Flock Food Hall is located on the ground floor of the Ritz-Carlton in downtown. You'll also find a wine lounge and a cafe and tap bar there as well. Flock is open 7 days a week, even staying open till midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. John?
Looks like a lot of fun out there. Thank you, Celine.